Welcome. My name's Monica. My personal background was, just going to stretch my memory, that I was actually chosen as a high ability student from year 4 and had lots of opportunities with that, and actually went back to it and teaching in that environment. And I was influenced particularly, I had a primary school reunion where all the kids that have been in this program, in year 5 and 6, we all got together. And it was a 25th anniversary. And we actually were guinea pigs, which we didn't know at the time, for the University of Sydney, someone called Dr. Ray Boyd. We remember having people in our classrooms. We didn't have tables, and it was in the 80s. And we had people in there videoing us a lot. And it was on the anniversary that the actual Dr. Ray Boyd from the University of Sydney came in and told us what they were doing, which was really interesting, and what they did with us. And at that time, I was working internationally, and I was working with students in various countries that were all trying to attain really high marks and get into university. And it really captured, and I went, wow, I was, this guinea pig student, and I didn't know what was happening, and let's read and find out more about what it is to actually work with high ability students. And since then, I've been probably lucky in my career that I've chosen to be in those pathways. Most of the time, my work has involved being in select education. And currently, I have a role where I lead a high ability program in a very general run-of-the-mill suburbs secondary school. So it's been really interesting for me. A lot of my role now is actually mentoring, and it's mentoring with the teachers as well as trying to create a high ability program for the kids there. So if you're at home, I hope you can see the slide, because I do need you to obtain. Oh yes, thanks, Ken. You're in there. Hopefully you have access to a spoon, a paper clip, or a ruler handy. All right, they're on the tables in front of you. But first of all, we're going to start with a task for everyone. So you have a choice. You can choose one to do, and I want you to attempt to do it, because you should all be able to do it. So if you're wearing glasses, I want you to take them off, put them in your glasses case, and put them behind a zip. If you don't have glasses with you, you can choose to take a shoe off, untie it, and put it to the side. If you have neither of those, trust me, your phone's coming back on in a minute, all right? If you can, put your glasses in a zip, into a zip, all right? Really easy step for everyone. Hopefully everyone's been able to do that. If you're at home, I can't see anyone bending over taking your shoe off there, but please feel free to do one of these things. God, she's forgotten how to turn a phone off. Oh God, you're going to fail the next time. All right, absolutely. My shoes. Okay, my eyes are on there. All right, pretty easy task. Yep, nice and easy. All right, it's the hard part. Using your non-dominant hand, reverse the task. Your non-dominant hand. Can't wash it myself, that's for sure. That one isn't in trouble with the zip. You can use 2 hands, obviously, but you lead with one hand, don't you? Yeah. That's the whole idea. It's really difficult. I've actually did this, and I found the zip was the hardest part for me. The shoelace. Oh, we didn't untie the shoelace, did we? Or did we tie it? You tie it? It wasn't right. It wasn't. I'll give you an opportunity if you need to retie. If you need to retie before you walk down the stairs, so you're not falling over. part of what we're looking at today is neuroplasticity. And it's have we heard the term before? Because it's been around, okay? And absolutely been around. It's been around, yeah, for neuroscience itself, it's been around for a long, long time. And since the 90s, you know, they're really looking at neuroscience, started mapping the brain, looking at all those connections, etc., in the brain. So I think the next slide is absolutely, wrong. I'm going to go here. Absolutely gobbledygook, you can't read it because I didn't do a very good screenshot there. And also from the 50s, really writing it up. Okay, so lots and lots of literature on it. Nothing new. I first heard about it probably about 4 years ago, shared with at a school PL day by our teacher who teaches philosophy and sociology. And a lot of it sort of, you know, wasn't new in the practice we were doing, but it was great to see it becoming part of our practice in education. So I have got the world's shortest video for anyone that hasn't come across it. Yeah, if I go to the next one, it should play. Otherwise, I have opened it on another screen. Okay.
Not so long ago, many scientists believed that the brain cannot change after childhood, but it was hardwired to make its way through the weekend level. But recent advances in the last decade demonstrate that this is simply not true. The brain does mean alive. It is adaptable, like plastic, and neuroscientific moment. How does neuroplasticity work? If you think of the brain as a dynamic and different brain, there are billions of neural ways that the brain is light up every time you think or do something. Some of these ways are trained. These are our habits, our established ways of thinking, feeling, and doing. Every time we think through practice a particular task or feel a specific emotion, we struggle with it. It becomes easier for our brain to follow this pathway. So when you think about something differently, you tell or choose a different emotion, we might talk about a new brain. If we can travel that way, our brains begin to use this pathway and in ways that keep immediately delaying become mechanisms. The old pathway gets you to results. This process is happening by every information about these information. It reflects this behavior naturally. This is how we all have the ability to learn and challenge rewiring our brains. If you have never changed your brain habit, or think differently, you can often update your brain and experience it yourself first. With related and directed future towards your default change, you can rewire your brain.
Okay, so the little task we did first up was your first attempt at rewiring your brain today. If you wanted to, you can repeat these activities and they're actually going to help your brain development. Something as easy as that is, I'm obviously here talking about practical things to do in the classroom. I will preference that with I am definitely a planner and a resource creator. So the things I show you, which things I've done or which I'm attempting to do at the moment, you're going to go, wow, that seems like a lot of work for a small part of a lesson, but build on it. You know, you're welcome to. Even something as simple as that and doing it for the introduction as students come into a classroom can get a lot of giggles, and by the end of 2 weeks you might have some form of achievement. There's lots of other things you can do as well, depending on your student. You can grade it up as well. we've even done things like having students come in and put their operating system or perhaps their Google into a different language mode and attempting to still access their resources in that mode. So numerous little things you could do to bring that in, absolutely. Why are we doing this? So Victorian Academy of Teaching and Leadership, has anyone heard of that or been to that? You've been to it? Were you in 2024 invited with the rollout of the, what is it, terrible with all these acronyms, the learning model, the Victorian, yeah, VTLM, yeah. So in 2024 with the rollout of that, so this is available online. There's a whole podcast series. They did a work with this lady, Dr. Judy Willis, and she actually presented through the Victorian Academy of Teaching Leadership to our leaders. No one was there. Didn't get the invite? No, I didn't either. So that's all right. So I thought, well, our leadership have had an opportunity to hear from her. And obviously her area of expertise is neuroplasticity. And she's been sharing with our leaders all about the VTLM and what the benefit is it. So I thought it's our chance to get in there and see what they learn. It's also a good chance for you if you, after some PD or something, to your principal go, well, you've had the opportunity, or it probably was sent to them, all right, to get in on it as well. So what did she say? There's a whole podcast series, you can go and look at it. What did she actually say? Well, I didn't watch them all, but I ran a transcript through AI and it came up with a statement that wasn't really that surprising, okay? It is about, literally we could have probably come up with a statement after watching that 2-minute video, all right? It's given learning practices, teaching practices that strengthen the neural pathways, all right, to give them, and then there's some things, motivation, confidence and lifelong learning. One thing I would say, if you do get a chance, there now, is her book, quite good. Stick it to someone at school to go and buy that. It's a good read. Okay, I didn't get it on the book list down there because she wasn't invited guest or anything. Everything's behind a paywall with her. She probably made lots of dollars from the Victorian Academy of Leadership there. So yes, very little that I could source from her, but I have had a read the book and yes, it's a good book. The other one who is also good is someone called Dr. Judy Newman, another Australian as well, and her work as well. It got a lot of practical as well. So Judy Willis, or Judy, well, she goes by Judy, Judith Willis and Judy Newman. Nice for them to have easy spelling and similar names for us. And on purpose. So that actually leads us to what we're actually here for today. Practical for secondary students. I've covered this, I'll be teaching, it's around middle school that I'm aimed at with middle school teachers. That's a reflection of probably where I'm at the moment with my High Achievers program. Previously, most of my work has been with older secondary students. I've come to middle school students, so that's why I chose to do that today. So hopefully we have got middle school, and for me, middle school goes from year 5 to probably year 8 or year 9. Probably fall with, we're looking at high ability, probably into year 8. So hopefully you're in that teaching domain somewhere. And they are going to be practical. You can see we've got things on the table, don't we? What I will say is, don't even bother about reading that. If you want to, you can. But when I actually ran her, the work of Judy Willis through AI, I got all these examples of things. And when I started reading them, I went, well, we've been working in high ability students. Oh, yeah, I've done that. Yeah, you know. Yeah, rotate the lessons, change groups, open-ended questions. We've been doing that. We've all been doing it. You know, provocations of guest speakers, you know, taking people out. I couldn't see, you know, field trips, virtual reality field trips. I actually ran one the other day. If you've ever heard of a group called Mindflight, they actually bring VR into your school. and they match the science and maths curriculum, and they're working on the humanities. So that was really cool, actually. A little bit costly, must admit, but it was hilarious to watch all the kids. Yeah. We did it as an initial session before they started their topic. So yeah, a lot of this stuff we are probably doing, especially our high ability, you know, that they can do their assessments and choose different ways to do it. Yep, I thought, yes, we're doing a lot of that. All right. That was nothing new when I looked at it. So what we want to do is we want the brain to be able to reorganize its structures, functions, and make those neural connections. So you didn't know it, but you made a couple this morning. I mean, earlier when you tried to do something with a different hand, you made those. We want to really incorporate those in response to experience and learning. So I read a lot. And I have chosen 3 areas which from that previous long list, I didn't think that I'd included or really put into my teaching practice. When I saw that list, I went, I need to see something new. Need to see something new. We're being told this already. Oh, have it. I turned that one and not that one. Sorry. So, brain aerobics, doing familiar tasks in new ways, which is exactly what we did in the beginning. I'm going to show you some of those. Reflecting on your own thoughts and experience. Okay, so a little bit of the way I might run feedback. And this was my favourite one, so I left it to last because this was something I hadn't heard of before. How to get them to do tasks that are both conscious and unconscious in their learning. I really had to think deep about how I was going to do that, but I think I've come up with something. So I'd be really interested, and anyone at home as well, if anyone has looked at both conscious and unconscious learning in tasks. No? Did I hit a good one then? Did I? Oh, terrific. Okay. Feel good about that. Okay, so task number 1. You can choose. We've got 2 tasks here. All right. We can put some people into a breakout room, Georgia. So there's 3 objects on your table. There are spoons, a ruler, and some paper clips. You can choose one of those because what you need to do is create and come up with a new use for one of those objects. Maybe you want to combine them. Make sure it's legal, given that we only know what we can do with if we undid a paper clip. Now, we're not picking locks. Okay. All right.
You could do them online and breakout group. I think there's 13 online. Do you want groups of
Put it into 3 groups. So
3 groups?
yeah. Oh. The other one is, which might mean that the people online have to go away for a second, because the other one which you might like to do is using your phone, take a photo of an object. So you might want to get up and do that, and you're going to share that with someone else. And see, so if you're online, make sure it's a familiar object that you're taking a photo of so they could possibly guess. Otherwise, you're welcome to get up and see if you can take a photo of something in the room from a different angle. So this is a participation part. All right, so too much choice, is there? Yeah. Okay. So feel free. There's probably enough on the table that different people can, you know, if someone wanted the spoon. There is no rules about how you use or manipulate them. Unfortunately, I haven't got any heating devices with you for the spoon. And you'll find that your rulers are different, but if you can break something, you're welcome to break something. Yes.
How many times are you running the cell?
Well, you can see they're disposable, and the actual metal spoons are from the kitchen downstairs, so that doesn't count. Yeah. But I mean, get up with your phone if you like, and you try and So spoons, rulers or paper clips? I'm gonna get those. Don't worry about the other things, they're coming in later. One paper clip, several paper clips, up to you. You can do it individually. You don't have to do it as a collective. If you are an individual worker, feel free to grab the object of your choosing. The other idea, technically that would work if I had splurged on the more expensive paper clips at Officeworks. Oh,
Yeah. Can you build our mass thing? Can you balance the rubber on the end of the ruler hanging on 50% off?
Spinning weapon. I'm feeling like a bit of a motor.
I was gonna say hot runs like that. That's.
Through that part.
Well, like bell tap, there needs to have some kind of like license to it. No, that's why you're not looking to. The textures weren't part of it, but that's very nice. I didn't specify ruler, spoons, and but if you want to use the textures, I'm not gonna. Oh, just gone for the eraser. Oh. Oh, destroyed. Very chunky bookmark. That actually has a dual purpose. Yeah, if you're writing in pencil. Yes. Getting right into construction here.
Requiring quite a bit of engineering.
These things.
Spoons through both.
It's a steal from another table if you need that.
It's really there. Yeah, it's really interesting.
Yeah.
The fun. God forbid the fun. Champagne bottle? Oh, yeah.
That's a new use. Not quite new, but.
But it works.
These ones are going flat.
Yeah. This one's not so good. That one?
Yeah.
Is there something with the metal?
I think so.
No. For your. If you took a photo, please challenge someone at your table to find your object.
No, it does. Yeah. Back all the time, yeah.
I mean, they've got something great to get them to
She
share.
actually said, like, maybe put spoon into your coffee. Yes, you said might have pushed back more stuff after, then it takes the do you want to make us coffee? Yeah, because the middle band.
All right, and the so did they get your photo? They were able to, yeah, we're a bit limited architecturally in here. It's a very nice contemporary room, isn't it? But,
Inside my growth.
we don't have any decaying bits of floor or drainage pipes in our rooms for dinner. Yeah,
Oh, nice.
yeah.
Same with,
If they've got something good, down the street.
Don't sharpen a cucumber.
yeah.
Origami.
It's going between.
Building, because I taught it in the room, so I knew all the kids about it. Dinner.
I think, right? Right, cut it in half, but leave edge attached. And on microwave, you get plasma.
And I kept giving them different brushes, they had to rebuild it. You know, I gave them my, I should have.
Just enhance the metallic.
Are you counting the neurons firing? Come on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Yeah, I joined in on yours, but yours is.
Sounds great. So we've got some great people who've done some things. They're going to show us online. Yeah, close them down. They can put their hands up. Please come up to the front. Yeah. Do the strut. Oh,
That's not very nice. Gorgeous. Very avant-garde.
hang on, you have to wait. Oh, you have to pose. Yeah. Get the camera.
We're still talking our video.
Yeah, they're coming in. They're coming in.
But you have a good feature. Anyway, stay on there.
You're welcome. You're welcome to take it away with you as well if you're really that keen. Might just get some interest going. And we're back on. Number one design in the, I think they can see that. Anyone else want to come up and show us? We had
Failed attempt.
a failed attempt, but we did.
Still modifying.
If you would like to look, 2 paper clips only, mobile phone holder. I'm not gonna, I can't pick it up unfortunately, because it'll probably, go on, she's gonna try. Yep, look at that, 2 paper clips only. I think you, anyone else got something?
Something, it's like, well, I use my hair tie, but it's a fan, kind of.
I did something else with no reason. Oh, yeah. It's my paper clip, no reason. So she made herself a little eraser bookmark. So, yeah, yeah, thank you. So, anyone got some ideas of applications apart from being in a science or a digital tech class? Yes.
I'm an art teacher and we can't have phones obviously, but often we find it difficult to rig up the laptops to take photos of our artwork like downwards. So maybe more than 2 paper clips.
But give them some materials, absolutely, to solve some problem like that idea. Yes.
I'm in humanities and English and a learning manager as well. And I think this would be a great like learning manager activity for teamwork, for the kids to be working together, putting their minds towards a problem.
Yeah.
I think there'd be some great learnings they get out of communication and problem solving through this.
Thanks. Anyone use the ruler? I thought the first thing someone would do with the wood rulers was just make, you know, kindle for their fire. That was my first thought, they were going to do that. Ruler's a bit rigid, isn't it? So again, with something like this, you could explore yourself and up the actual objects you're using, because I thought the paper clip was going to be probably the favourite because it was so manipulating. It's so easy to manipulate. The spoon, well, became art, but maybe less so. And I thought the ruler probably was going to be the hardest. But yeah, thank you for your participation. Now, in terms of where I get the ideas, so there is a reference now, you do have access to this. So this site actually created, there's a whole site, they have these 10 little cards, because I don't like, once I'd read a lot of other papers or run them through AI to get the ideas. I actually found this site, and what they had was they looked at a particular, they have 10 different neuroplasticity items on there. And then, I mean, I've done it, I've just printed these cards out for myself and I can flip through them because they literally have some ideas on there as well. So if you went to that site, you can come up off a little bit. Can you see that? Learning Lab, University of Queensland. All right. The page, it has 10, you can open them. There's quite a bit of writing, but there's a lot of little cards in there as well, because as I said, I'm a planner and a resource type person, love doing that. So I love to sort of flick through something and then think how I might apply it in the classroom. But you're also right, working as a team will get you potentially a lot more creative and structured ideas. Right, where am I at now? Okay, so this one, reflecting on your own thoughts and experiences. So as a learner, so this one I have actually been using for several years. And what I like to do is when I have that sort of first assignment or so with students, I actually create, and I'll go to it in a sec, but I have to go over to that computer. All right, sorry. I actually create a feedback Kahoot where I anonymise the students' work and put it into a Kahoot with questions that go along with it. Now, students, yeah, they're really keen. Oh, that's mine, that's mine. It is anonymised, but a lot of them will point out the fact that, oh my goodness, that's my work up there. And the idea is that as a group, they play. So I'm going to whip over here, sorry. And we're not going to go through playing it or anything like that. But I'll show you some examples of, if I just go into edit, where's my edit mode? Edit. I can show you some examples of the type of questions. So this particular class I had was an elective all about data and storytelling. So they'd obviously done some work with some snakes, lollies, and made graphs, etc. And then I actually took the graphs that they made and screenshot them, and then asked the class to complete the Kahoot. Then they obviously had the opportunity to go back and resubmit. So I've used that tactic often on a skill that I really want them to learn well. And rather than me chalk and talking and repeating the skill, this is a really nice reflective way of learning. And yes, it's a bit of work. Yeah. All right, but it has proved really, really successful in getting the students to remember, resubmit, and get things right. Obviously, I had a rubric that went with it. The title is not a question, and that's got a question mark there. You know, I took their graphs, their work, and we really examined what they did. How many questions do I have? Oh, a lot. Okay, so I also tried to take any sort of graphs that they've done. So even if they've done, you know, the students had submitted different types, they were exposed to the different types, and based on that, then they could go back and refine their work. Okay, so that is definitely a reflective practice that I have used, and I think it works effectively in terms of myself. I think it worked effectively for the students in terms of their neuron, because they were making the connection from what they saw to their own work, or a lot of them, because they produced very similar graphs, looked at them and went, is that mine? Oh, hang on, that's not mine. Oh, but I did that incorrectly per se as well. All right, so great conversation starter. Yes, it's a bit of work, but it really pays off. Last one, which is my favourite, which is is this idea of the conscious versus the unconscious. So this is something that I am now really, really working on in terms of what I'm trying to put in. So as a high ability, high achievers program, I have multiple classes where I coordinate. So I've been working really well this year with the teachers. So if your staff haven't done what Ches offers on the Deacon Day, has anyone done that? If they offer it again, so you can sign up, it's free, you've done it? You show me, you know, anyone done it? They have the online learning, yeah? So I actually got teachers together from subject areas, and we did it online. So we were together in a room engaging in what Ches offered through their Deacon program, and we were discussing things and working on things as a group. So we had science, we've had humanities, we've had maths, and we're about to do English. All right, which was really nice and powerful, connected for the team to work together. So I oversee that. So I'm looking at it now going conscious and unconscious. Come on, tell me who's got the, maybe at home, who's got the longest double period time length in their timetable for these middle school kids? Is anyone going over 100 minutes? Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, so am I, and I went, wow, 100 minutes, you got these year 7 kids. They're doing maths. for, I think ours is 105 minutes. Okay, you put in all those brain breaks, whatever you can do. And I said, it's long and we're losing them. So I thought this might be a good place to start. So this is an activity the one activity I've done at the school because I've only come across this. And what it is pairing different subject areas to do something. So at this point, Georgia, there is the file.
I
If
can't
you-
seem to access it.
We
I
can't.
don't have access to it. Are you able to email it? Just quickly to us now.
We've got no way of providing it to people on the chat, and we can't upload.
I can,
If you can upload to that website, then we can do that, but
okay.
why don't we?
I'll attempt to do that, sorry. So, because then we can put in breakout rooms. In front of you there are the answer sheets as well. Oh no, I've got the answer sheets. So we would want you in pairs, but if you're in threes, that's not gonna matter. Two people can draw. So the idea is I've given you an option that you can try a maths problem. It's algebra, because I like algebra. But if you don't do that, there is a poetry analysis. And the idea would be that, and I only put poetry analysis in because I am doing this in maths class, just so in case anyone feared algebra, that have another option in here. The idea would be that one person would work independently doing the task, while the other person would sit and draw the person doing the task or a feature of the person doing the task. So it could just be simply a hand, a nose. I initially thought, yeah, we'll just draw. And then the idea is you give them a time period and then they swap over. And then they compare what they've done. Now, initially I thought, oh, they can just draw. And then I went and talked to the art teachers and they said, well, we're going to be doing some surrealist art. And I said, awesome. When do you start that? And they said, next term. I said, so this is the subconscious part. They think they're just drawing. But in fact, they're going to be drawing in a style that they're actually going to learn about shortly. So we only have, what time does this finish?
12:10.
12:10, we have a couple of minutes. So that would be the idea. There is pencils, texters, rubbers, if you've returned the rubber, so the idea is, have we got a volunteer on the table who is willing to have a go at the maths or the English problem to sit and work through one, whilst the other person is engaging in attempting some very simple drawing of that person.
You'd be good for that.
More interested.
Yep, that's fine.
I'm gonna sketch
Well, I'm onto it for people at home, I'm onto it, I'm sending it.
You have to miss.
I am the opposite of my
Okay, so do you want to draw?
Well, somebody's going to draw the abstract in its nature anyway.
Yeah. I will. An artist now. Yeah, that's when it's hard enough professional. Yeah. Yeah.
It's uploading. So people at home,
I've got a pen.
maybe if the file doesn't get to you, you would like to grab a pencil and paper. We could potentially, if you wanted to put them in 2 breakout groups, and angle your camera in such a way that only a small feature of you is showing for the person on the other side to draw. So George is going to put you into 2 breakout groups. And the first thing you're going to do is angle your camera. So on your so the people in your breakout room may be just seeing, I don't know, a hand, an elbow, your forehead. You're able to do that. Like people don't have their cameras on. Well, you can remain anonymous by just showing us an ear. Oh, I can see what's happening already. Other people are peering at what other people are doing.
Using like.
Thank you. Thank you so much. And yes, there is some giggling, but that's all right. You're supposed to giggle when they say it, right? See, I like this idea as well. They are working as a pair, which could work as well if you have someone in the room that is your high ability learner, but maybe struggles with reading.
That brings us to
No problem.
session 1. We would now like to invite you to move to your session 2. But session 1 coming to an end and moving to session 2. Thank you.
So anyone that did the maths who can't leave without seeing the solution? Anyone that did the maths and needs the solution, I do have it. Please share your image with your peer.
Yeah.
If you need the solution, you got it right, so. That's
Right, I made it.
And the idea would be you'd swap over and then you would obviously share what each other's done. Thank you. Thank you. Have a good day. Thank you. Thank you. Nice working with you. Thank you.